Hello, my Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your healing twin flame read for September, October 2020, or timeless mid-September, mid-October. You get the idea. Or timeless whenever you are catching this. I am your reader. Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal, and fellow Earth sign Virgo that I am. I always mention that because I adore my Earth sign friends, because we're the only stable ones in the entire zodiac. So welcome aboard if you are new. My subscribers, thank you so very much for your love and support. I know I'm not even at 2,000 subscribers yet, and I'm humble about that. I'm putting in the work. I'm, if a 52-year-old looks the way I do, I'm doing the best I can, right? Got to pray and meditate and all that to do these every day to keep the vibe high and give you the best that I got. But I'm shooting for 30,000 so that I can, rather than do the extended videos on VIMEO.com, and this reading will have an extended video on VIMEO.com. That's hard to say, but I would be able to do it all here with the membership thing, right? You hit the join button and then you would all have access to all of the extended readings when I do them automatically. So help me get there, share, like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. You know the deal. Help get my work out there because I'm good at what I do. And let's face it, I'm the fun one, and I can pull off well, it's not really a chignon. I'm calling it a filet chignon in the back of my head, my hair up in a clip. Let's get to work. We are looking at a twin flame contract read. So as you know I do, I put the divine feminine on this side, the divine masculine on this side, just as two parties in a contract. Like as if you came to me as your magical lawyer, as your universal lawyer, we would lay out the contract and say, well, here's party A, here's party B. So it has nothing, here's Cardi B. This has nothing to do with biological gender or gender preference. Really divine yin and divine yang says it so much better, but that's Eastern. And a lot of my audience is Western, so we're going to work with the language that flows on YouTube that people can understand, right? I'm a bit of a translator that way. So we're looking at how you can heal yourself in a twin flame contract. Twin flame soulmates, they're all they're all soul contracts, but there's a difference. The bottom line of a twin flame contract is that you help each other heal. You help each other learn how to love yourselves. You help each other learn how to set boundaries and respect yourself. And though that sounds like walking children in nature, it's not. It's turbulent. It's tumultuous. Think of like what you think of as your worst relationships. And that's why they are not all sexual romantic. My father and I were a twin flame contract, right? And so chances are what you're looking for is more of a soulmate read, and I do those too. Those are the satisfying, right? Sometimes sexual, but not always. My mom and I are soulmates, right? The satisfying, symbiotic, soothing. You can give each other the love that you want, right? You help each other heal. So there are some links in the description box. Check them out. It explains all of that stuff. A couple of my videos and one from Matt Kahn, spiritual teacher, Hay House author, YouTube channel owner. His channel's amazing. Matt Kahn, All for Love. And we will be using his healing mantra deck as the last card down because you're only getting 13 cards, right? I'm learning, getting better with these extended reads, right? Giving you enough so that you can identify who you are in this contract, divine feminine, divine masculine, look at the elemental balance, fire, earth, air, water, spirit, and then a healing mantra card at the end. And in the extended, don't worry, I got 9 divination systems on my table here today. These have been a lot of fun for me, and finally found a way that I can enjoy these twin flame readings. So let's get down to it. It's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs because you have more than one twin flame contract. Maybe one of them is the sexual romantic one that you're struggling through, but also if one's about a parent or a family member, those are all part of the schemata of it all. Shall we? Take a nice deep breath. All the decks I read are in the description box below. Got to give credit where credit is due. Let's do this. Breathe. Capricorn. Here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, I need 2 cards, one for the divine feminine and one for the divine masculine in this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract, mid-September to mid-October 2020, or timeless. Are these them? Really? You're not kidding me? Wow, the two of y'all just dropped out. Divine feminine, divine masculine. This twin flame contract, helping each other heal. Oh my Goodness gracious. We've got the divine feminine mystic and we've got the divine masculine goddess. Now, again, this has nothing to do with biological gender, and we've seen that a couple of times. What did we have that was like that? The femme fatale in the Libra read. We had a divine masculine femme fatale. So this really shows some interesting, it's really challenging our ideas of gender, at least in terms of energetic dynamic, right? Like I consider myself a divine feminine because look what I do, and I'm a mystic, right? Which is the divine feminine here. And where was she? Oh, the mystic was also in the Libra. So I used that example twice. So the light and the shadow of both of these are very interesting because one is the divine family and one is the feminine family, though you would think the goddess archetype would be in the divine family. It's not. It's not. According to Carolyn Mason, I'm not pissing her off today. Hopefully never. So the shadow attribute of the mystic, delusional rapport with the divine. And I could talk to you 1,000 years about the mystic archetype and never run out of content because I am a mystic. Not everybody has the mystic archetype, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It is hard, right? Delusional rapport with the divine. Delusional rapport with the divine. I hear voices. The gods are telling me to do this and that. And you have to go through that phase, right? But even Abraham was led up the mountain with his son with a knife, right? Just wanted to make sure you're paying attention, right? You know, that wasn't necessarily delusional, but you get the idea, right? It's like, how do you know? That's a process, and certainly a lot of mystics. It's not really insanity. It's madness. Read Carolyn Mace. The light attribute, though, revels, I love that word, revels in an intimate union with the divine. So a highly alchemized mystic, someone who has really endured the mysteries of life and the mysteries of the divine, because there are some things we ain't going to know until we croak, right? Who were we in past lives? What were we in past lives? We don't really know, I think, until we croak, and then, you know, all of past lives. Shirley MacLaine, white courtesy telephone, please. So this is definitely a lovely divine feminine energy that I can relate to. And I don't have any planets in Capricorn, so I might not be in this one. And I'm not dating any Capricorns that I'm aware of. Not that I don't ask their signs before their names. It's just my memory sucks. The divine masculine goddess, though. Now, this could really be a challenge, again, because of the juxtaposition of gendered energies here, right? So if you think of the goddess with a masculine energy, well, Artemis, right? Athena. Now, not that they're manly, but they are more yang, more elements of air, if you will, although Artemis is technically element of water, Diana and all of that too, but, you know, goddess of the hunt, right? That earth element in there too. So the shadow attribute of the goddess, exploitation of the female nature and form. Exploitation. Exploitation. That's such an interesting word. It seems like that word is evolving every day, right? What are we exploiting? And how is the feminine nature and form being exploited? Now, it's much better than it was, but go with that. That's that shadow side of it. How do you use your own divine feminine energy to exploit, to get over, to use it in a way that you wouldn't want people to know? And that's the best way to know if something's in the shadow. Do you want anybody else to know about it? Do you even want to know it's there, right? Or are you pushing it back in the shadow? So the light attribute, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality, right? Like very much in the elemental body of fire, earth, air, water, with that divine spirit coming through. So there's an expression here, and that, I'm telling you, is the key to the divine masculine here. Is it being exploitive, or is it being done through wisdom, the expression of their innate divine nature, life force, and sensuality, and with the mystic? So this could easily be the guy, and this could easily be the girl, or girl, guy, whatever. It doesn't matter, but I'm seeing the gender interplay here in terms of energetic dynamics could really trap somebody up if they keep thinking of a goddess only manifesting in physical form of a woman or as a gay man. Like, I have a lot of goddess energy, but I don't have the goddess archetype. I have the god archetype, and that's another story. We'll save that for another day. Let's not go there right now. If you are not sure, because maybe you are a mystic and a goddess archetype, we are going to take 5 cards from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Bam. And 5 cards from the Mythic Tarot. Bam. And get you fire, earth, air, water, spirit for both of them so you can see the elemental balance here. We are going to get all 10 of these cards on the table, and then we will turn them over element by element. Take a nice deep breath. Oh, my goddesses of Capricorn, Persephone in particular, you who are the maiden of spring, the lady of summer, and now the queen of the underworld, but for a few days in, please, my beloved goddesses, I need 5 cards, element spread for this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract mid-September, October 2020, or timeless, please. What is this mystic's power of fire? What is her element of fire? What's going on with her element of earth? 1 card, please. Send it around again if you like, for the power of earth. Okay, there is definitely an indecision or 2 things here going on for the divine feminine that she has to help her get what she wants in her element of fire. That's the one. Because I don't think those were the right cards, but they're saying there's a bit of maybe not really realizing that you have more going for you on this than you might realize. As a mystic, it should make sense, right? It's like, it's a mystery to me, I don't know. So what's the element of air for this divine feminine mystic? Thank you. Element of water, please. No, please, just 1. Yeah, they keep doing that, and the last reading this didn't happen at all. They just came out 1, 2, 3. So please, well, 4, 5. It's the element of water for this divine mystic, and the card of spirit. The most important, in my opinion, the point of view or the voice of the soul that agreed or was chosen to play this contract in this twin flamer. Moving you over a little bit. Let's get these on the table. That took a while. These usually go faster just because of the shape. Breathe. I'm feeling that, please. My gods, I need 5 cards, element spread, please, for this divine masculine goddess. It's hard, it's tricky. Divine masculine goddess archetype in this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract mid-September, mid-October 2020, or timeless, please. What is his element of fire? What's going on here? What's his element of fire? There we go. What's his element of earth? They keep doing that. They keep handing me 2s. It usually doesn't do that with this deck. What is the element of earth that helps them get their element of fire? This divine masculine goddess archetype. What is his element of air? What is his element of water? What is his element of earth? Okay, of spirit. Point of view of the soul. They know the pattern. So that's interesting. I just learned something, that when I have my eyes closed, which is my preferred means of shuffling, right, to really have no visual sensory input, to let the spirit and the subconscious do all of that, when I'm actually looking at the card, they come bam, like that. Something to keep in mind. All right, here we go. Sorry, it's my learning moment. Learning curve. What is it they want? Their element of fire, what they burn for. If they could get what they wanted, they would want this. Well, interesting. The mystic wants the 3 of Pentacles, wants something that she can mold and shape. Very Capricorn, saying let's create a solid foundation here. I want all the ingredients on the table before we get into this, right? Clay woman takes the dirt beneath her feet, makes something beautiful and practical and durable once it's put into the kiln, into the fire. Sorry, wrong side of it. It's over here, right? Otherwise, it's mutable earth, like Virgo. But then once it's baked, it becomes pottery. It becomes something breakable, where before you can still move it around. So, wants that. Like I've always said, 3 of Pentacles always feels to me like I've got the sausage, I've got the peppers. I'm cooking metaphor. Careful there, Capricorn. I've got the peppers, I've got the garlic, I've got the onions, right? I've got my spices, I've got my olive oil. Oven's preheated. Let's rock and roll, but it ain't sausage and peppers yet, right? It's like I've got everything I need, even the time to do it. Wants that initial. It's like wanna maybe sort of that toe dippy thing, but more than an ace or a deuce. Because what this divine masculine goddess wants is the Page of Pentacles, an opportunity. Like an opportunity, a message, a sign, a signal. Isn't that interesting? Now, I gotta say already, though there is obviously a strong current of mystical energy here on the table with the mystic and the goddess, this is a little rare, I'm gonna say. This might not be for everybody, this read, but if it's yours, I think you'll know by the end of this what the tea is. This definitely feels like a crown and second chakra thing. This may not be romantic sexual for everybody, but I'm kind of getting that vibe with that Three of Pentacles there. And honestly, for this to be a divine feminine mystic in a male body would not shock me at all. Heterosexual too, particularly in worshiping a goddess. Come on. Well, what he has, yay, what he has, sorry, the divine feminine mystic has is the Six of Flames, the goddess. Now, this card was tricky coming out, right? It's like I kept getting twos. So with that bastet, balanced fire, playful, right? You know, that playful energy, the card of play, he's got that. So if this mystic can really follow his bliss, her bliss. I know now I'm seeing it as a guy, but I know that I gotta wipe that out of my third eye for a hot second. This mystic really has what they need to play in the clay. Okay, that's them. That's them. I don't deliberately try and rhyme shit. It just comes out my mouth. But the divine masculine goddess here, oh my god, Ace of Blades. Ace of Blades, communication. You gotta make the first move, my goddess, divine masculine goddess. And that's what I was saying. It's like, how does that goddess express itself? The feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. It feels like this divine feminine wants to get into it, but, you know, lightly, playfully, has the ability to do that as a mystic. Depends on the level. Is it delusional or is it an intimate rapport with the divine? And I mean, it says right here, revels in an intimate rapport with the divine. And goddess is divine, even though it's not the divine family of archetypes, right? So wants to revel. It depends on how seasoned the mystic is, and we're all in a highly individualized curriculum with that, all of us, but mystics in particular, because we have no idea and we surrender to the process. Maybe willing. Let's see if the Fool card comes up. Maybe if not here in the extended, because I do get that feeling of like, all right, I'll play. Ooh, look at the gods through my path now. Hi. You know, maybe I can relate to this mystic in this, although I have no planets in Capricorn. Let's see, what are they thinking? Well, here is where things get a little dicey. Well, the divine feminine mystic's like, give me the reins, right? The Amazon, the chariot doing this, right? Has managed in her mind, may still be in that place of balance between motivation and inspiration. And that's really, to me, the Cancerian aspect of the card of the chariot in general. It's the Cancer card, I get that, but it is that mood swing. Sometimes of what gets me out of bed in the morning is a balance of motivation and inspiration. The inspiration of, okay, let's go do what we love doing, and, you know, let's greet the day and we'll do our yoga and all of that. And the motivation be, oh God, we have to go to work. You better get out of work because you got work to do, and there are things, and this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. So it's the carrot and the stick, inspiration and motivation. So I feel like first major arcana card down here, she's thinking about it. And as the Amazon will, is probably starting to rev up a little. This is starting to feel romantic sexual to me. But with the Three of Swords, this divine masculine goddess is thinking to the heart of the situation. I know, Three of Swords, we say heartbreak, heartbreak, heartbreak. Yeah, I get it. But what's really portrayed in the Three of Blades, depending on the artist, granted, but even in the original Rider-Waite tarot, Pamela Coleman Smith, she didn't actually break the heart. And heartbreak would be an element of water, it would be cup. In my opinion, as a tarologist, for the majority of my life, I'm just saying, right? But it's more about getting to the heart of the matter, about focus. So considering, yes, the Page of Pentacles, wanting very much a new opportunity, or at least a message of, and has the ability to communicate, right? And that feels like is a boundary thing, they're thinking about it. I do not get that heartbreaky feeling. Trust me, I'm an empath. If it was on the card, I would feel it. But that goddess archetype might be like, all shall love me in despair. A little, Ooh, she shall remain Galadriel and I shall go into the west and remain Galadriel. The things you remember and the things you forget. I guess it's the things that make impact, right? What is the emotional stuff here? Okay, well, another major arcana card for the Divine Feminine here. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Spider Woman. Feeling the web, the mystery, the turn. Something's written, something's destined, something's fated. Don't know which, but let's see. Let's see how this Wheel of Fortune happens. And I'm getting that there might be a bit of a surprise turn here. All of a sudden, you know how the wheel all of a sudden turns? And I've heard it said that the Wheel of Fortune turns backwards and forwards. It doesn't always go clockwise, sunwise, Jessel. But it can certainly, in terms of the Wheel of the Year, indicate that. But I also have a feeling that this is indicating something seasonal, but like the seasons change, for some reason that there's a little bit of back and forth here time-wise, depending on what's being needed, what needs to happen. But from, with that Amazon, she might be like, let's fucking do this. Fucking do this. He, however, 5 of Cups, womp womp, right? There's some emotional pain here. Now, I will say, 3 of Swords in the mind, with 5 of Cups in the heart, so to speak, we are looking at a broken heart here. That may not be true for everybody, because if the heart is still broken, why would the desire be a Page of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords has the ability to initiate that? But that might be the thing. She is feeling this destiny, but there might be some impatience here. Wants to play, get her fingers in the clay of the goddess here, the Divine Masculine Goddess. Tricky language. But there's some emotional healing that needs to be here. There's emotional upset. Now, it can be said that the 5 of Cups isn't always disappointment or heartbreak. It can be that all of, like, you thought things were going along just fine, right? Even the 4 of Cups, not a fun card, right? Giving you the cup, it's like, meh, right? It's very meh. It's very like, I'm not thrilled. Yes, a time for emotional rest, but there's usually like sorrow or dissatisfaction or boredom, right? A bit stagnant, the 4 of Cups, but maybe something comes in and knocks some cups over here, right? Upsets you in a way that is an emotional surprise. But then again, with that 3 of Swords in the mind, really, whoever this goddess is maybe really focusing on healing their heart. Now, if these two have danced together before, if this is an ongoing thing, what are the chances they've heard each other? It is a twin flame contract. But let's move on. Let's see what's the point of view of the soul. The voice of the soul. I really do think the top of this is the most important part of these little mini spreads, and are they ever fucking ever? Because the soul is the eternal part of ourselves, like an actor was cast to play the role of the bodies that we're in now, right? So the voice of the soul of the mystic is, honey, get into your 10 of Cups. Be ecstasy. Be unconditional love. Let your cups overflow. You give you the love that you want right now, because if there is something destined here, this is what you bring to the table. Right? Maybe not this conditional love, right? We got this energy of play. Bastet. It's like, cat toy, cat toy. Sorry, that's a personal reference. Wait till the books come out. And he's got Temperance, right? So this is not going at the speed that she wants. Remember, he and she, just to name the energies here, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, strike that, reverse it. The card of Temperance here is absolutely about discipline. It's about taking your time and balancing your emotions. And I feel like even if there is a heartbreak here within this contract, they've already hurt each other. This is the one suffering. She's kind of sort of over it. Maybe she hurt him. That's going to play itself out differently. Whoever's watching this, I'll accept that. But then that 3 of Swords really is in the mind, perhaps something, a more psychological focus, because we are looking at the healing nature of a goddess archetype. Aphrodite, Demeter, you know what I mean? Like, to me, my goddesses are all about healing in different ways, shape, or form, but internal, right? Divine Feminine. And Temperance is a process, like tempering eggs. You got to add the warm stuff slowly, otherwise it curdles and gets scrambled eggs, you know? That's fine for egg drop soup. It's just not great for a sauce, you know? You learn that one the hard way, don't you? Or maybe not. Maybe you just zip, open the package and let someone else do it for you, which is fine too. I've done that plenty. Okay, hollandaise. Hollandaise. If I had some hollandaise. Just some time to celebrate just one day out of life. It would be so nice. Let's ask the Ascended Masters here, because I think you get here what's on the table, and if you don't, we'll pop up the picture at the end. But this is a slow and steady wins the race twin flame. It's not a barn burner. Oh, right. And again, of course, because of where we are on planet Earth in 2020 with the you-know-what, and they have to you-know-what to stay away from you-know-what so that you don't get you-know-what. God, that could mean so many different things. You know what I mean? Then this is something that has maybe been put on pause here, and as much as she wants the new opportunity, she's the one. She, again, the goddess, so sorry, the divine masculine goddess here will be the one who initiates it. Feels like. Take a nice deep breath. My Ascended Masters of Soul Contracts, please. I need one card, just one in clarity, for this Capricorn Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign Twin Flame contract, mid-September, mid-October 2020, please, from the Twin Flame Department of Contract Law, my Ascended Masters. What is the perfect healing mantra that they can use regardless whether this is the Divine Feminine Mystic or the Divine Masculine Goddess? What say you? What is the perfect healing mantra to help them heal themselves and fulfill their roles in this Twin Flame contract? Transforming tragedy. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. That's an intense card. All right. I'm going to tell you this right now off the top of my head. If there's a friendship relationship between these two, there's only so much that they are going to be able to do to help each other. And that is the nature of Twin Flame. You can love each other, but I don't know how much help you can give each other. But obviously there has been some loss here. Loss of each other. Then this one is feeling, again, there are other cards for me that scream heartbreak and devastation. This is Five of Cups and Three of Swords. Like, the only major arcana cards on the table are the Wheel of Fortune, right? The Spider Woman in the Divine Feminine's element of water, and Temperance in the soul position of the Divine Masculine. So not really feeling that these two have lost each other. Yes, there is that focus. It could be that this goddess archetype, this Divine Masculine goddess archetype, is in grieving of some aspect of this relationship, that there has been some insult, some upset, and trying to get to the heart of the matter. Like I said, it does feel like this one has to take the lead if they have stepped back to do this disciplined internal, and it does feel more like psychological healing, counseling, mindfulness, something, although mindfulness technically is more Eastern than Western psychiatry, psychology, right? But it's really gonna, I hear it, it's gonna take the power of the mystic here, who is really, feels like in a much lighter place, right? You just look at the cards. I'll pop up the picture at the end. In fact, why don't I do that after I read you Transforming Tragedy? This is so necessary, and this mantra is, interestingly enough, hard for me to memorize, although you'll see what I mean. Hey, where'd you go? Her pages start together. No, there you are. Transforming Tragedy. Breathe. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. When tragedy is transformed, you see that endings foreshadow the inevitable arrival of exciting new beginnings. Right? Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset. It may not feel good to lose the things that once defined you, but it is life's way of expanding your identity to invite more passion, joy, and synchronicity into your reality, right? There's a little bit of free fall with that, right? Particularly when there is a loss of something that identified you, right? Like a marriage, like a relationship, like a job, like a, I don't know, a title or whatever, right? As you transform tragedy, any degree of loss merely sets the stage for the arrival of greater gains. And that is true. There is no gain without loss and no loss without gain. Loss and gain. Name the movie if you know what that's from. No, I'm not even giving hints. This is the cycle of nature. This is the wheel of the year, right? And like I said here, there's just a timing element here. Time is needed for mourning and healing and for the transformation of tragedy. The last bit here, this mantra is ideal for overcoming personal struggles, mourning the death of a loved one, and releasing regret. Yeah, I do feel like someone was lost. And again, look where we are on planet Earth. I don't think that's a wild assumption that there has been loss, but it may not be loss here. They might just be going through this divine masculine goddess energy, right? Because the goddess energy is birth, death, and rebirth, right? Persephone, a symbol, an archetypal goddess of the rebirth of spring, the height and power, maturity and ripeness of summer, and then 6 months in the underworld, the goddess of death. Well, queen of the underworld. All right? Very interesting. Very, very interesting transforming tragedy. Let me pop up the whole picture for you. Magic clap. We've got the divine feminine mystic here, shadow attribute, delusional rapport with the divine in the shadow. Really, please keep an eye on that. I know, I'm a mystic. I know. They say just shave your head and get a tattoo of the crown chakra on it and, change your... Okay, no. Right? Be careful walking up the mountain with your child in a blade, right? Just be careful. You might just be being tested. Watch that delusional rapport with the divine. The light attribute revels in intimate union with the divine. And again, the union of the divine. The goddess is a divine, not a divine family archetype, but obviously the goddess is a divine energy, right? One would think. And what she wants here is the Three of Pentacles, a solid foundation, or at least a foundation that can be built upon and made solid, right? Something that is mutable enough, changeable enough that she can play. Because she has the ability to play here. I just don't feel like this divine masculine's ready to play. Not what's on the table here. Wants a Page of Pentacles. We'll get here when we jump over. So kind of wants to play, but is just not ready. And wants a simple, I'm going to say immature invitation, but that doesn't mean childish. It just means like a seed instead of a whole tree, right? It's like the beginning of something. Not necessarily an ace, but at least an invitation, an opportunity, but something that is simpler, perhaps more innocent, perhaps easier than an outright, hey, do you want to go out? Right? Or hey, do you want to do this? Just hi. Trixie and Katya moment. So, looking at the way she's thinking, this mystic is a little gung-ho here, the Amazon, right? Kind of full steam ahead, thinking about what she wants to do and where she wants to go and how she wants to do and how she wants to go with this divine masculine goddess. I get that. Really trying to balance the fear and the love in that. And in her emotional field, it's time, right? For her, it feels like it's time, or at least there's something written, destined, something beyond coincidence. That's the thing about the Wheel of Fortune that we see in this particular deck with Spider-Woman, how all things are united. Synchronicity, same time. In other words, things are happening perhaps synchronistically in a very emotional, mystical way. Might be very hard to explain, but it feels like pieces are falling into place here. And what is the point of view, the voice of the soul? 10 of Cups. Feel the ecstasy anyway, right? Revels in the intimate union with the divine. Well, revels in the ecstasy of that union, but you can't sustain that 24/7, 365. Trust me, I have tried, and I'm a Pisces moon. No. That is a tricky gnosis right there. Can be very, very toxic, escaping the world and emotionally bypassing to feel ecstasy all the time. But definitely that this is something within her. And again, I feel like this is what the mystic brings to the contract, but may not be able to help her heal this divine masculine goddess, the shadow attribute, exploitation of the female nature and form, right, in the shadow. The light attribute, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. I feel like now that I see this all on the table, this divine masculine goddess might very well be awakening to a deeper emotional truth for themselves, but it is going to take time. What does this guy want? Sorry, this divine masculine want? The Page of Pentacles wants a simple, easy, again, immature, not like, let's go away for a week. This is, hey, you want to chat? a cup of coffee, right? Maybe not just approaching friendly, but approaching fun, because when we see what else is going on here, that's probably about all she can handle wanting right now. And though the Ace of Swords, what she has, now I just heard, the invitation might have already been extended from the Divine Feminine to the Divine Masculine. One of those things like, look, if you ever want to talk, I'm here. I do that all the time with people. That's my nature, right? I'm interested in what people are going through. Otherwise, I really wouldn't be that much of a spiritual counselor and a reader if I wasn't interested in hearing people's archetypal journeys, right? So there might have been an extension here. So maybe but still, no, I'm hearing you. So even if if it has been offered, it is the role of the Divine Masculine Goddess to accept and then return a reply to that when ready. Because the Three of Swords, they are perhaps focused on an emotional pain, but they're doing it mentally. They're doing it from a more mental place, which is fine. Just remember, the mind can't heal the mind. Only the soul can heal the mind. And of course, help of a good therapist can't hurt. But maybe there is something in there of really getting to the heart of the matter, of some pain that's going on here. A lot of people have lost a lot, and a lot of identity might have been washed away with that, so to speak. So why wouldn't there be a time of emotional and mental reconciliation here within the self, particularly with that Five of Cups? Look, the card of the Five of Cups is about emotional change. I know we always see it as something negative and tumultuous, but sometimes something is revealed that upsets us in a good way. Upset just means it's not the status quo. The status quo has been upset. So it does depend on where this Divine Masculine has been. Now, in the extended read, we're going to do a past, present, future simple timeline using both tarot decks. But let's keep going for now, because I'm looking right up at that card of the Temperance in the spirit position. The voice of the soul for this goddess archetype, this Divine Masculine, really is take your time. This is worth it. Balance yourself, balance your heart and your mind, heal them both. Right, it's just a 3 and a 5, not ready. Okay, so the Divine Feminine Mystic is given emotional wattage of 10 cups, ecstasy, right? And right now the Divine Masculine's at 5 of cups. I think I've seen this in a previous reading in this series. Maybe same thing, same sides, but that 5 and that 10 might have been with the two different decks though. So to bring that into balance, into temperance, to take the time, that there's a transformation going on here, but it really can't be rushed. And in order to bring one into healing and balance. So what is this about for both of them, right? It's about transforming tragedy. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received, right? So there is a place of transformation going on here. Twin flames are transformative. Can the Divine Feminine help the Divine Masculine heal? Not according to the new definition of twin flame, but I do feel like she's been through it, right? That's why she might be in that lighter place. Oftentimes mystics are put a couple of steps before people, enduring the mystery so that they can serve, be in service to others. And certainly a mystic wouldn't mind being of service to a goddess, but can they only give each other the love they need? Let's hope that they may not be able to give each other the love that they want. And that's the concern with any twin flame. So whatever the loss is here, loss is their reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. And if they keep doing their healing and keep in some kind of communication when this Divine Masculine Goddess archetype is ready, then it feels like there can be a next chapter of this, but we're not going to see that for a while with that Wheel of Fortune and the Temperance card on the table. And I can feel for the Divine Feminine Mystic there, because in her mind, she's got that Chariot. She's like, oh, we could go so far. We could do so much. We could maybe heal so much. Or really being like called by the quest, I feel that. So, may the Capricorn Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs truly be blessed with all that they need in this twin flame contract mid-September, mid-October 2020, that they may heal, that they may grow, that they may transform tragedy, becoming the best they can be, rising from their own personal ashes, helping themselves heal, learning to love themselves, and therefore fulfilling and completing whatever this twin flame contract is for their well-being and for the well-being of all. So would be. And so it is. Thank you for watching. I'm going to put up a preview for you of the first card down for the extended reading. If you'd like to jump over to Vimeo, it's easy enough to do. The link is down in the description box, first line. Otherwise, thank you, and please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and all that jazz. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of it all, my Capricorns. You know I love my earth signs so much. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be. Hey there, my Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Thank you for jumping over to the extended here on Vimeo. Look, I took a few minutes because this is kind of a heavy-duty read, right? There's definitely that transforming tragedy in the card, that last card down. Put some pieces into place. I wanted to let it all move through me and assimilate a little bit while I had another sip of coffee. Because this is a tricky one, and why wouldn't it be? It's a healing twin flame contract read, and because you've got that Capricorn Saturnian deal, right? The timing of it, right? Kronos, the god of time, right? Saturn, Kronos, right? And it's retrograde and stuff, and it just feels like if there's a real tragedy that has gone on here, like loss, I mean, there are some things that we want to lose, right? Like weight or whatever, debt, right? There's a heartbreak on the table here. And though it seems to be leaning more to this side of the divine masculine, this mystic, if there's an empathic thing here, may really want to help and may really not be able to. Now, to clarify, not really seeing anything gigantic, romantic, sexual here. Now that I step back from it, sometimes it's good to do that. That's why I like doing the extendeds, because I get to take a little break and reapproach while still in the energy field of the read. So what we're going to do is get you a Healing with the Angels Oracle card asking, what is the healing angel to call upon here? Because you can't help each other heal. It's just how it is. It's not that you don't love each other, that you don't care, you don't have compassion. It's just like with certain people, you can see what they're doing. You'd say, could you try this? And they're like, no, that won't work, that won't work. It's like sometimes, and that can be parental, right? That can be all sorts of different levels of relationship. So you heal you, and how can you do that? It doesn't mean just because you're healing you that you're ignoring the other person either, right? So let's have a look-see-dooksy. Take a nice deep breath. Yeah, you'll hear it in the prayer. Please, my angels and archangels, I need one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, twin flame contract, healing twin flame contract. They really need the help here with this transforming tragedy, right? Whew, there feels like there's some push and pull on here, and it's going to take time, I get that. But who is the healing angel they can call upon individually, like whoever is watching this, the divine feminine mystic or the divine masculine goddess? Who is the angel, the healing angel they can call upon mid-September, mid-October 2020, or timeless? Playfulness. Angel of playfulness. Now, of course, you came from the YouTube read. We've got play here. So the healing angel is in alignment with the element of earth for the divine feminine mystic, which is playfulness. Now, honestly, if someone is really grieving and transforming tragedy, yes, it's nice to have someone playful come along, but that's why I feel like the divine masculine goddess has got to make the first move here. And for the divine masculine goddess, it sounds like sounds like something out of the never-ending story, right? Like, what was the name of the Empress? Damn it, I know what her name was at the end. Don't spoil it for anybody who hasn't read the book or seen the movie, right? Childlike Empress. Thank you very much, Michael Endy. Apparently one of my spirit guides. Right, he's dead, right? Well, who knows anymore? Who cares? But there's definitely a healing in play here with that playfulness. It's just, is that goddess energy, that goddess archetype ready? Not yet, but temperance, right? Be gentle, mystic. And I know if the mystic is really, like I said, a high functioning mystic, that's not the right words, but someone who's been at it for a while really can endure mystery. And if there is no communication between the two of them, feels fine with that, having fun, but really, really wants to engage and heal, though, but in a playful way. It's a little odd. Okay, what we're going to do, this should really help. Chuck Spezzano Love Pack. Half of the deck, the problem. We're going to see what the problem is next, and then we'll look at what the possible solution is here with the rest of the deck, the Suit of Luck, the Suit of Healing, and the Suit of Grace. Cool. So again, the Ascended Masters, who gave us the card, the mantra, Transforming Tragedy, and to remind you, loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. Let's see what they have to say now in terms of the problem, overall problem, the situation, what's in process for healing here for this twin flamer. Breathe.